Hey y'all, here's just the recap video from class on no, it is not September, October 1st, Thursday, October 1st. So here's the recap from today's class. Our do now was to dig a little bit into our notes and remind ourselves what the law of conservation of energy was and give an example of it in real life and to drop the answer into the chat. The shortest version of that is that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It is simply transferred or transformed. And an example of that would be when you plug your cell phone into the charger in your home, electrical energy is transformed into stored, so potential energy in your phone, or thermal energy if your phone gets warm when it's charged, or the charger itself maybe gets warm, so that's electrical into thermal energy as well. Our learning target and success criteria was I can review the law of conservation of energy and energy transformations, and I can provide evidence and reasoning for how the law of conservation of energy applies to real life. We didn't add any new terms in our glossary today, but what we did do is we reviewed the Follow the Energy quiz. So I'm going to go over a little bit of that just so that if you were gone, you catch a little bit of what we talked about. Okay. So Follow the Energy quiz. It was your asynchronous assignment from last Wednesday. You had this chart that said summary of energy types, this big green chart, and it showed you the types of potential energy and types of kinetic energy. And then for the actual quiz, I gave you a picture and you had to try to identify what transformation or transformations may have been occurring in that picture. So for some of these, there was more than one transformation that was occurring. So you wanted to focus on the main part of this picture. And the main part of this picture is obviously we've got the candles that are just burning away. All of these start with chemical energy in the wax being transformed to something. And so correct answers for this would be thermal energy and radiant energy. The chemical energy of the candle wax is not being made, is not making anything move, which would be mechanical energy, and it is not making the sun work, which is really the only type of nuclear energy we've talked about. So that's why those two are the correct or best answers. Question 2, the best answers were motion of your foot being transformed into motion of the ball, as well as chemical energy in the food and water being transformed into thermal energy, because when you do a lot of exercise, your body gets warm. So that's the two main types of energy transformations there. This one, we have the sun, which is nuclear energy, which is why all of these start with nuclear. And the sun transforms nuclear energy into thermal and radiant energy. There is no mechanical energy in this picture. There is no elastic anything in this picture, so we know those are not the best options. This one is really only gravitational potential energy into motion energy, because there's no elastic, there's no chemical energy in this picture. It's pretty much just water getting to the edge of the rock, and because of its gravitational potential energy, when it goes over the edge, it falls, which is motion. Okay. Question number 5, at point 1, which is pointing directly into the heart of the sun in this picture, what energy transformation is happening? And that is nuclear to thermal. The sun is a big, gigantic nuclear reaction happening, and that is the best answer choice of these 4. That does not mean that there's not other things being transformed. Just of these 4, that's the best choice. And then this last one, energy transformations at point 8, which is the computer being plugged into the wall, into your home. So there's a lot of electrical energy being transformed. So not to nuclear energy, but sound and radiant and thermal energy are all things that electrical energy is transformed into. And this one may have been a little bit harder for students to get, but the mechanical energy is being transformed into different mechanical energy, because there's lots of different moving parts in a computer. So you plug in a computer, certain things move, and some of those things moving causes other things to move. which is why that is an option. So obviously lots of energy transformations going on. Then I practiced submitting the quiz, and I pointed out that if you have a quiz submission like this, you really want to look for any kind of feedback that I give you. And if there's feedback like this about a correct or an incorrect answer, you want to write that down, because I usually only let you see your responses one time. And once you've seen it that one time, you may not be able to go back and see what you did or how you did again. All right. So you always want to take notes, what you did right, what you made mistakes on, and what those correct responses may have been. Okay. Then during class, we did, let me go back to today's page. Then during class, oh, it's over here. During class, we did the LISA for activity number 6, which was about energy transformations and the law of conservation of energy. Then once you finished that, this is an assignment, this LISA, that means it's an official grade going into the Real Reels gradebook. So that's something that we really want to make sure that we take seriously, and you take your time and do your best. Then you should do the reading. We got the PDF you can read, Immersive Reader, which reads it to you and highlights the words as it says them, and a video of the reading being read out loud. Miss Peel did this one for us. And then your asynchronous work was finish the reading if you didn't do it in class, and then answer this one simple analysis question. Be prepared to talk about this idea when you come to class tomorrow. Hope this helps. Email me if you got any questions. Bye.